Hey, hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus Cornix, and welcome to Closet Movie Rambles, where I talk about old movies that I found in my closet while cleaning. This week's movie is Ghostbusters Afterlife, and it's about 1 hour and 58 minutes long. And it starts with action right away. There's this guy getting chased by a ghost, and it flips his car, and he runs back into his house, where he gets taken out. And we don't know this at this point, but he's one of the original Ghostbusters. And then cutting to a mom and her two kids, Trevor and Phoebe, and they're about to get evicted because the mom can't pay their bill. So they end up at this place called Somerville, where they meet up with the Ghostbusters secretary called Melnitz. And Trevor gets to hit on a girl, and it doesn't go that well. And he wants to work at this burger joint to get to see her more often, I guess. And then the next day, the kids go to school, and there's some shakes, and the shakes actually has to do with the whole town sitting on this ancient tomb from one of the older bad guys from the first Ghostbuster movie. And I actually watched it like a month ago, and it was actually a good movie. So apparently Trevor gets the job at this burger joint, and Phoebe and this other kid called Podcast goes to investigate the local mine. And he's called Podcast because he makes podcasts, and that's about it. That's his only character trait. He has a podcast, everyone. And then they found out that Trevor finds that his grandpa's car is in this garage area, and it's actually the Ecto-1, like the classic Ghostbuster car. And then the ghost plays chess with Phoebe, and he guides her down to there's like a hidden compartment where she finds this ghost trap from like the original movies, where they catch this ghost in like a little metal box. And with the help of a teacher, they open it up with the help of some batteries revolving like some buses, and from there everything goes south. And then Trevor heads for the mountain with his newly found friends, and Phoebe finds out that the Ghostbuster has a workstation underneath the house. And with the help of this Ghostbuster, her grandfather, she figures out that it's actually him. They manage to repair the classical kind of guns that they capture ghosts with, or at least like entangle them with. And the next day she goes to try it out, and she actually goes to do some ghost hunting with Podcast. And they track down a ghost that eats metal for some reason at this abandoned kind of ironworks, I guess. And as I said, the ghost managed to escape. And Trevor managed to fix their grandfather's car, and he picks them up at this place, and they continue to hunt down this ghost downtown, and they wreak havoc because they are professional ghost hunters at this point. So what ended up happening is they actually end up in jail, and Phoebe gets like one call, because that's the thing when you end up in jail, I guess. So she calls the number that she found on a YouTube page to the classical movie where who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. So she calls up one of the old Ghostbusters, but before she can talk like much with the guy, the warden kind of hangs up on her, so she can't talk. So, but he managed to get out of there, and the one guy, the teacher that helped them open up the ghost trap, he's at Walmart, he's shopping food, I think he's about to buy ice cream, and then the all hell breaks loose, and there are ghosts everywhere, and I think it's like the gatekeeper or the key. It's like flashbacks to the first movie, I guess. But he gets attacked by small marshmallow man, and he managed to get captured. And meanwhile, the kids go down this mine shaft into Gozer's Lair, which is the whole reason why things are going as bad as they are. So down in the mine shaft, they find out that Phoebe's grandfather actually had this device set up to keep all these ghosts and entities at bay. But the whole thing managed to backfire because Phoebe's mom turns into one of the either is the key or the there's this thing from the first movie where they're two basically dogs that need to love one another to let Gozer free. So one is the key and the other one is the gate, and one or the other. So the mom turns into the key or the gate, and the teacher from earlier becomes the other part of it. So the Gozer managed to escape, and the kids figure out, they're suited up now, they figure out that the farm which the original Ghostbuster was working on was not actually a bad place, because it's like a trap. So they managed to lure Gozer down there, and just when things start to look really dire, the original Ghostbuster shows up all gray and wore down. But it's a really cool scene where they fight Gozer, and they actually get help from the Ghostbuster of the past. He's there in like spiritual form and helping Phoebe out, and they manage to trap all the ghosts in this field full of traps. And this movie is actually dedicated to Harold, the the Ghostbuster that passed away, the actor I should say, and it ends on a happy note, and that's about it. That's the end of the movie. So what do I think about this movie? I actually liked it, and it's a good thing that I watched the original Ghostbusters, because otherwise I wouldn't have any idea who those old Ghostbusters were. So I really liked the movie. It wasn't at all what I expected. I probably should have gone in with like more enthusiasm. I actually picked this up at a bargain bin because at the store they were kind of discontinuing Blu-rays and DVDs because they're not selling that well. So I picked up 2 movies for like, I don't know, like 10 or not 10 but like $2. So that's like crazy. And I was like, I haven't seen this movie, so how bad could it be? Well, it was actually good, so I can definitely recommend it. So yeah, anyway, thanks for listening and watching, and take care.